Welcome to a video highlighting important pre-installation features of the iSTAR Ultra SE controller. In the first video of this series, we covered dip switch configuration on the General Control Module, or GCM board, and the importance in setting the correct mode you want the controller to operate in. In this second video, we're going to highlight correct SD card installation, Ethernet port selection and configuration, and specific software issues. Alright, let's go ahead and highlight those issues. The second pre-installation issue requiring attention is to check and ensure the secure digital, or SD card, is seated correctly into the expansion socket on the back side of the GCM board. The SD card cannot be viewed in the orientation of the GCM as shown. It is installed and can be accessed on the back side of the GCM board itself. It is installed in an expansion slot behind the System on Module, or SOM board, highlighted here. Check to ensure the board is seated properly by pushing it snugly into the expansion slot. If the following error messages appear on the LCD screen upon startup of the GCM board, this is an indication that the SD card is most likely defective and needs replacement. Replace the card if necessary, and if it is replaced, you need to reset the GCM back to factory default settings as outlined in the printed material shipped with the controller, or as explained in part 1 of this video. Then restart the controller and bring it up to operational status. The following message should then appear on the LCD screen indicating operational readiness. The third pre-installation issue requiring attention is to check and ensure your network Ethernet cable is plugged into the correct Ethernet port for your specific operational purposes. The two primary Ethernet ports for networking are labeled ETH1 and ETH2 and are shown as follows. By default, Ethernet port number 1 is configured as a Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, or DHCP, enabled port that automatically provides an Internet Protocol, or IP host, with an IP address and other related configuration information. Ethernet port number 1 can also be set as a static IP port if Ethernet port number 2 first has a network cable plugged into it, and then Ethernet port number 1 is configured as a static IP port through the iSTAR configuration utility in the Secure Administration Station. Ethernet port number 2 is a static IP port with a fixed address and is set from the factory with an IP address of 192.168.1.253. If upon starting your controller and attempting to connect to a network you have connectivity issues, ensure both ports are set up for the connection types mentioned above, and if not, perform a factory reset of the controller to set the unit back to factory defaults. The steps to perform a factory default are outlined in printed materials shipped with the controller or in part 1 of this video. If you are looking for more information on the iSTAR Ultra SE, contact Rick Foke, Senior Product Manager, at 978-577-4266 or via email at rfoke@tycoint.com.